Well, hello, welcome to Birmingham. We are now just hours away from a belter of a show this Saturday night, tomorrow night. I can't believe it's so close. Live on TNT Sports, the Magnificent Seven ride again. And I've got someone pretty magnificent with me to chew the fat. Former British Commonwealth champion at welterweight, Echo Esman. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you, and thank you for having me.
Thanks for coming. I mean, you were on the last Magnificent Seven show. There's something special about these shows, isn't there?
Yeah, there's something in the atmosphere. You can just smell the smoke and the grit. Everyone's ready to go.
Well, I'm looking around today at some of the faces. I've seen a lot of fighters come up to me saying, can I just check myself on the scales kind of thing. Fighters don't really want to chat much. They just want to get it out of the way, right?
Yeah. I was saying to you just earlier, being on the other side of things, like normally you're just in a corner, just getting ready, thinking, I just want to get in them scales, or I just want to look at my opponent in the eye one more time before the fight.
Is that something you actually enjoy doing, that final look at the opponent?
Well, yeah, it gives away certain things. As a fighter, you just understand, you can look someone in the eye, you can tell whether they're nervous, whether they're amped, or whether they just found it hard to make the weight.
Have you ever been that guy that's been a little bit nervous?
Every fighter should be nervous. I mean, if you're not nervous, it's a sign maybe you're not taking it seriously. But nerves, you have to just turn nerves into good energy.
Good energy. Well, there's plenty of good energy in the room. There's so many good fights. What are you looking forward to the most from these seven great belters that are going to be on tomorrow night?
I'm looking forward to Heeney's match because I think any title fight for the British title is like some people's world title match. So you're going to get the best of Brad Paul's coming. And of Heeney's last performance, you just want to see him build on that. So that's going to be an exciting match to watch.
There's something about that belt, right? So many fighters just consider that like the best belt in the world. Brad Pauls has been talking about how it's his dream belt. Nathan Heaney said the same thing. It's a belt that you have owned in the past as well.
Yeah.
What's so good about it?
Just think of it as like a British crown melted down and remade into a belt. And then your thought process on it just changes. You're just like, oh yeah, it's just different. So yeah.
And what about you? Before we just go chew the fat a little bit more on the card, what's going on with you at the moment, Echo?
Oh well, since my last outing, didn't go to plan. I was back in the gym in December, training away. I'm in good condition. I've been on a hot weather training camp. Got back from it last week. I am chewing at the bit and ringing up Frank Warren's people every other day, like, when's that next match coming? I'm ready. Like, get me in there. Get me back on track. The engine's purring.
Oh, good line. The engine is purring. I like that a lot. Listen, there is there's a man here whose engine is also purring and purred a lot last week. Let's bring in Nick Ball here. Great to have you. What's happening? How are you?
You good?
So, I mean, you had your fight with Ray Vargas in Saudi Arabia. How many times have you watched that back? A lot of people feel aggrieved on your behalf that you should be here with the WBC World Featherweight title.
Yeah, it is what it is, isn't it? That's happened now, it's done. But yeah, I'm here today for Brad Strand and it's his time to shine, so I'm looking forward to that, yeah.
Listen, before we get to Brad Strand, I think your attitude around this has been very commendable. You've been you've just shaken it off and been like, that's life, that happens, I'll move on. But is it a fight that you have watched back and you've thought, I could have done more, or have you just thought, look, I definitely won that fight, like, well, why didn't they give it to me?
Yeah, I've watched it back before with Paul, and yeah, same again, thought I should have won, but it's done now, innit? It is what it is, you can't change it, so yeah, just shake it off onto the next.
Sometimes it's one of those things, it's just like fuel to the fire. So should they get in the ring again, I know you're going to take his head off.
Yeah, definitely. From round one instead of round 6, innit? Start faster.
Has it lit a fire in you to, I don't know, because I know how hard you train. I watch all your videos and that's just what you put on social media. But has it done something to make you train even harder, make you want it more?
Yeah, I know it's happening though, regardless, and I know I'm going to get it. That's why I'm calm and just shaking it off, because I know nothing's going to stop it. So I'm going to be world champion regardless. It's just a matter of when, innit? And I'm just waiting on some news soon. So hopefully I'll have some, yeah.
Echo, did you watch Nick's fight?
Of course I did.
I mean, what did you think?
I think, well, first of all, you should have had it. You should be having your belts now, here and now. And I totally get. That's why I'm saying that it's fuel for the fire. Like, them little things that, like even when you win a match, there's little things that you can change. But when something like that happens, you think them little things get blown up, and you think, you know what? Instead of round 6 turning things up, I needed to take those chinks out of him earlier from round 1.
Yeah, definitely.
So,
definitely.
Yeah,
it's all learning, though.
I totally understand that.
Yeah, man. That's it.
Well, I don't know anyone who says that Ray Vargas won that fight, if I'm honest. But let's talk about the reason that you are here today. You are from that Everton Red Triangle camp, a vibrant, buzzing gym right now, and Brad Strand has the opportunity of a lifetime against Dennis McCann.
Yeah.
Tell us how. Tell us how you see all of this.
I'm excited. That's it. He's got his opportunity, and he is really going to take it with both hands, and I can't wait for you all to see. Yeah.
What are you seeing from him in the gym?
All different things, all different things. Brad can do it all. He can box, he can fight, he's got power, like I've said. So we'll just have to wait and see. I'm looking forward to it.
Well, it was something actually echoed that Brad Strand said that he actually fancies that he can stop Dennis McCann late into this fight. I mean, he's backing himself.
Well, you have to back yourself as a fighter.
Yeah.
If you don't back yourself,
no one else is.
who should be?
That's it.
In terms of some of the build-up, I think the McCann-Strand fight is one that has ignited, caught fire on social media. There's been various insults exchanged. Yesterday, Brad said that Dennis looked like he was going to Cheltenham.
Yeah.
Dennis has called Brad Strand a man with a big head. What have you made of all of that?
It's good, isn't it? It's banter. You love it, Dev. So you're in the middle of it, staying it up. So it's all good, yeah. It's good to listen and watch.
I'm trying. I'm trying. I mean, I do feel like it's kind of raised Brad's kind of profile a bit as well, being involved in this kind of fight.
Yeah, it has, and this week will raise his profile, but the main thing is Saturday night. That's going to, go through the roof his profile when he puts a statement performance in, I feel.
And are you noticing anything different about him? Like, because this is the big one so far, are there like additional nerves? Is he acting differently, or is he just the same old Brad?
No, to me, he's too relaxed. He knows what he can do, and he knows he's had to wait for his, well, not wait, he's had to work for his opportunity, and now he's got it. So he knows in the back of his head what he can do. He's got it, so he's staying cool, calm and collected, and then he's going to let it out on fight night, but for now, he's just chilled, being himself.
Every fighter gets that kind of breakout moment, that breakout opportunity. You've had some in your career as well. I remember the Chris Jenkins fight when that popped up as well. What must be going through Brad's mind right now?
Well, you know what? It's just similar to what you said. When you know it's in you, you know you've done the hard work. You know there's no stone left unturned in camp and whatnot. During fight week, you don't want to be stressing over the little things. You just want to keep that energy in until it's time. Yes, the nerves will kick in when he gets to the arena and warming up and whatnot, but he doesn't have to deal with that right now. Right now, he needs to stay chill, stay in the zone, and just get ready to turn it up when it needs to be turned up.
And what about Liam Davies? He's in there for the IBO world title. He's done very, very well so far in his career. I'm sure you've kept an eye on him. Brad Strand and Liam have a bit of history. It's a big night for him as well, Nick.
Yeah, it definitely is. I feel like he's in a hard fight, Liam Davies, and I'm sure he can come through it, but it is definitely going to be a hard fight for him, I feel.
Tough Mexican.
Yeah, tough Mexican, isn't it? So he's am I right in saying he beat Lee McGregor?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I've actually done some rounds with Lee McGregor for the last one and before the last one as well, and he's tough. So yeah, the Mexican must be good.
It's a bit of a statement, and I've mentioned to you before. Liam Davies talked about maybe once he's done at super bantamweight, he could go up to featherweight, and maybe he'll see you down the line one day.
Yeah, same again, innit? Stay where he's at.
Is that a warning?
Stay where you're at,
and what about Nathan the Hitman Heaney? I mean, one of the nicest men in all of boxing, alongside your two fine self gentlemen. He's got it all going on, hasn't he?
Yeah, he shows a lot of humility as a fighter, and I think that's also a good trait as well, because if you can assume that someone might be better than you at certain aspects, and you're willing to go away and work on them, then come fight night, it shows. And I think in his last fight, that definitely showed.
Nick, before we let you go, what do you think's next for you?
I feel like my next fight, I'll be fighting for a world title, yeah. Whether it's against who, I don't know. Hopefully it's a rematch. I want to get that again, and sort that out properly, and then go from there. See what happens. Yeah.
Okay, fingers crossed for you. Thank you so much
Nice
for
one,
joining
Dad.
us. We'll let you crack on back with the Red Triangle team. Echo, you are not going anywhere. Do not leave me. A man you know very well, Joyce.
Yeah.
This is so important, right? So important right now. He was heading right towards the very, very top, and he ran into Zhilei Zhang, and it was a nightmare of a 2023. He's got to put that right now in 2024. Oh
yeah. I know Joe. I know he's a steadfast guy. His mindset will be really good. He can take a tumble, get back up, and keep on going. As you can see, when he's in the ring, he can take a shot, readjust, and keep going. I think we'll see in this next performance just how much of he's been working on getting back to where he was, and I'm excited to see that.
Well, that's the thing. You mentioned it there. We've seen that he can take a shot. He has taken some hellacious punches in his career, and he's always juggernauted forward, kept coming forward, and ended up wearing the guy down and knocking them out. But he couldn't do that against Zhilei Zhang.
No.
So is that because Joyce's chin has now been cracked? Is the juggernaut no more? Can he not take those big shots? Or is it just because Zhilei Zhang was the wrong guy?
I think Zhilei Zhang was the wrong guy to do that with. You can't step forward with that best foot for every match. You can't just take it on your chin all the time, because there's always someone out there that can hit harder than you and whatnot. So I think it will just give Joe a lesson into changing his approach depending on his opponents.
What did you make of the press conference yesterday with Joyce and Cash Ali? Cash Ali ended up asking him what he had for Christmas dinner. Joe obliged, told him turnips, parsnips, etc., etc. What did you make of it all?
Well, it was definitely entertaining to watch. I think Cash Ali was probably maybe he was really serious. Joe was playing it down. It could have been mind games, who knows? But it's all goes into the experience, doesn't it, for the fighters?
I'll tell you what, though, I don't know if you've seen much of Cash Ali. Looks a lot slimmer in the face than what I've seen him in the past. He looks like he's taken camp very, very seriously.
Yeah.
If he does turn up, look, this is a huge step up from where he's been. But people within boxing, guys like Andy Lee, are saying this is a real fight for Joyce.
Oh yeah, it is. Funnily enough, whilst I've been sparring in Loughborough, I've seen Cash Ali doing some rounds there as well, and he's been putting the work in. He's taking this match seriously, so I would not count him out of it.
Yeah, very, very interesting heavyweight fight as part of the Magnificent Seven show tomorrow. There's a welterweight fight in your weight division. Two unbeaten welterweights. English title will be on the line. Ethan James and Owen Cooper. Tell me your thoughts on that. You know these guys?
I've sparred with Owen Cooper before at my gym, so he's a good boxer. A bit of a pocket rocket with his left hook. Ethan James, I don't know so much about. However, I know they both have a little past. They shared an experience, kind of like on the England camp squad where they was fighting in a tournament, sharing a room. So they will know each other a little bit. That might play into the match, but I think in terms of that, whoever can put their past feelings aside and can be really zoned in for the match will be the one that gets their hand raised.
As Tyrone Zeuge walks across the screen. Hey, I'm not going to tell him nothing. But have you had opponents in the past where you have known them, where you have shared like a room with them? That's what's happened with Ethan James and Owen Cooper. They used to share a room together back in the amateur days.
Yeah.
Have you had that?
I had that in the amateur days. As a pro, I think the closest thing to that was on my way up to fighting for the British title. I shared so many rounds of sparring with Danny Ball.
Right.
And so after I won the British, he was my first defence. I was a bit upset about it. I think that definitely put a bit of fuel into the fire for that match. But I mean, since then, we are good friends.
So you were upset that you had to fight Danny Ball. Why?
Oh, just because we were building each other up whilst I had my British title match, he had his other matches, and then first defence was him. I was just like, well, it is what it is.
Yeah, I mean, I remember the performance from you. You didn't fight him like you were upset that you had to fight him. It was quite a hellacious show.
Well, yeah, as I said, you have to put your feelings aside, and whoever's most focused on the night will get the job done.
Well, the weigh-in is going to start in about a minute. Let me just... Zach Parker against Tyron Zeuge. Now, we just... for viewers, I'm sure you just watched Tyron Zeuge walk across the screen. He's been very entertaining in the build-up. Yeah. There was a video that I referred to yesterday at the press conference. I hope you've seen it. Have you seen it?
Well, of the tiger and Parker's face superimposed. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, for viewers who haven't seen it yet, basically, Tyron Zeuge appeared as a tiger and started chasing Zach Parker around, and here he is again, Mr. Zeuge, just, you know, he goes where he wants, does what he wants, but he was tormenting Zach Parker in that video. Have the mind games begun, Echo?
Yeah, I think possibly. He was a bit too chill in the press conference, cracking a few too many jokes to be not... Yeah, I think the mind games started.
Yeah, he does seem very chilled. He's quite an interesting character. And I think right now we're about to begin the weigh-in and head over to Thomas Treiber.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the official weigh-in for the Magnificent Seven. Ride again. A great night of championship boxing tomorrow, live from Resorts World Arena in Birmingham, England. It is all being brought to you by Frank Lauren on behalf of Queensberry Promotions, along with their great sponsors, 32 Red and Unibet. This great event will be televised live in the UK beginning at 6:30 p.m. and also in the United States on ESPN+. There are a limited amount of tickets still available, and they can be purchased through Ticket Factory. Let's get the weigh-in process started. Our first two combatants to the stage, competing tomorrow in a scheduled 10-round contest. It will be for the vacant Commonwealth Silver Light Heavyweight Championship. First, let's welcome from Somania, Ghana. He brings a professional record consisting of 11 wins, 2 defeats, 10 of his 11 wins coming by way of knockout. Here is Prince of God, Oko Nartey.
Well, here comes Prince Oko Nartey. You heard the record there. 10 knockouts.
And now we welcome from Nottingham, England, undefeated with 7 wins, 5 of his 7 wins coming by way of knockout. Let's welcome Ezra the Cannon Taylor.
Here comes the unbeaten Nottingham man. Nottingham, just like yourself, Echo Esserman. And
first, we welcome to the scale Prince Oko Nartey.
Always is.
This will be the Commonwealth Silver Light Heavyweight Championship. Tomorrow evening, this will be live on the Queensberry YouTube channel from 5:30.
175.3 for Prince of God, Oko Nartey.
Well, Prince has made the weight. Let's see if Echo Esserman does.
Now to the scale, Ezra Taylor. 174.3 for Ezra the Cannon Taylor.
Ezra Taylor makes weight. Both fighters make weight successfully. This is the first title fight of Ezra Taylor's career. I think he's a Box Raw ambassador as well. I always see him popping up in adverts as well, Ezra Taylor. Tremendous shape and a man that you know well.
Yeah, I do know Ezra well. I can just say from both of the fighters' physiques, Ezra looks like he's put in some extra work to get super fit for this match.
Well, they call him the Cannon.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, these two competing tomorrow night in a scheduled 10-round contest for the vacant Commonwealth Silver Light Heavyweight Championship.
Always interested to see an Ezra Taylor face-off because he never wanted to take a backward step.
Quite tense.
And, Prince Nartey just just pulled. I wouldn't say they were pulled apart in a heated face-off, but just a little.
Our next two combatants to the scale, competing tomorrow night in a scheduled 10-round contest. It will be for the WBC International Super Lightweight Championship. First, we will welcome the challenger coming to us from Genk, Limburg, Belgium. He brings an undefeated record with 16 wins, 10 of his 16 wins coming by way of knockout. Here is Hovhannes Hovo Martirosyan.
That's fight number 17 for the unbeaten 31-year-old. Super lightweight.
And now let's welcome the defending champion from Dublin, Ireland. Undefeated with 13 wins, 7 of his 13 wins coming by way of knockout. Here is the reigning and defending WBC International Super Lightweight Champion, Pierce Big Bang O'Leary.
Great ovation here for the Big Bang.
First to the scale, Hovhannes Martirosyan. 140.9 for Hovhannes Hovo Martirosyan.
Martirosyan comes in just a little bit over.
Now to the scale, the defending champion Pierce O'Leary.
I'm sure there'll be discussions about that. £139, 14 ounces for Pierce Big Bang O'Leary. Well, Big Bang makes weight.
Yeah.
And they're just having a look at Martirosyan here. I'm sure the officials will be having a chat with him. He has come in over. This fight is for the WBC International Super Lightweight Championship. So, of course, both fighters were meant to make £140. And I'm sure there will be some discussion. But fight number 14 for the Big Bang, Pierce O'Leary. And it was a Big Bang that got defeated last week in Zhilei. And I guess Pierce O'Leary is looking to restore a win to the Big Bang win column.
The Big Bang name.
Got the Irish flag around him. Proud Irishman from Dublin. Recently got sponsored by Conor McGregor as well, Pierce O'Leary.
Two undefeated fighters competing tomorrow night in a scheduled 10-round contest for the WBC International Super Lightweight Championship.
Got the cap on as well, bit of Peaky Blinders here in Birmingham.
He does remind me of Clark Kent with his glasses.
Yeah, Frank made that very clear yesterday at the press conference. Has that Clark Kent vibe. I don't think he'll be looking away first, but Martirosyan, serious character. Pierce O'Leary calls out
our next two combatants to the scale, competing tomorrow night in a scheduled 10-round contest. It will be for the WBO European and vacant English Welterweight Championships. First, we welcome the challenger from Worcestershire, England. Undefeated with 9 wins, 3 of his 9 wins coming by way of knockout. Let's welcome Owen Cooper.
Well, here comes Owen Cooper, the Worcester Warrior.
And now let's welcome the defending champion from Northamptonshire, England. Undefeated with 12 victories. Here is the reigning and defending WBO European welterweight champion, Ethan Jammy James.
Fight number 13 for Ethan Jammy James.
First to the scale, Owen Cooper.
And Echo, you can tell me what you're seeing here in Owen Cooper, your weight division.
146.8 for Owen Cooper.
Looking very serious, zoned in.
Now to the scale, Ethan James.
Ethan James is a lot taller.
146 pounds, 11 ounces for Ethan Jamie James.
He is a lot taller. Both fighters have made weight. I've no idea how Ethan James used to make super lightweight, by the way. He is enormous.
Yeah.
English welterweight championship on the line. 2 unbeaten fighters who've shared a room together in the past, in the amateur days, and now will share a ring together on Saturday night. The WBO bauble there as well with
2 undefeated fighters competing tomorrow night in a scheduled 10-round contest for the WBO European and vacant English welterweight championships.
Not particularly close face-off, this one. You can see that the entire number 7 in between them, so I'd have preferred them to get a bit closer. Echo. Two nice guys, 2 serious guys, and a serious fight tomorrow night.
Our next 2 combatants to the scale competing tomorrow night in a scheduled 12-round contest for the Commonwealth, vacant British and vacant WBO Intercontinental Super Bantamweight Championships. First, we will welcome the challenger from Liverpool, England, undefeated with 11 wins, 3 wins, coming by way of knockout. Here is Brad Strand.
Fight number 12 for Brad Strand, by far the big step up.
And now we welcome the defending champion from Maidstone, Kent, England, undefeated with 14 wins, 1 draw, 8 of his 14 wins, coming by way of knockout. Here is the reigning and defending Commonwealth Super Bantamweight champion, Dennis the Menace McCann.
Well, here comes the Menace, fight number 16 for the Maidstone man who's recently relocated to Liverpool. Liverpool is Brad Strand's town.
First to the scale, Brad Strand.
And Dennis McCann has been adamant that he's going to take over Liverpool. Brad Strand has other ideas. Let's see how they look.
121 pounds, 14 ounces for Brad Strand. Now to the scale, Dennis McCann. 121 pounds, 11 ounces for Dennis the Menace McCann.
Well, there you go, both fighters make weight. And of course now the vacant British Super Bantamweight Championship will be on the line tomorrow night, live on TNT Sports. 2 unbeaten British Super Bantamweights, Dennis McCann and Brad Strand. Of course the British title was held by Liam Davies. He has now vacated that. Very, very interesting fight, this one, Echo.
Oh, definitely. This is one of my picks for what could be fight of the night.
Both fighters have made weight. Dennis McCann has a little drink. Joe McNally now, the trainer, in the corner.
2 undefeated fighters competing tomorrow night in a scheduled 12-round contest for the Commonwealth, vacant British and vacant WBO Intercontinental Super Bantamweight Championships.
Now when they faced off yesterday, it did get a little bit tasty. Dennis does like to say a few things in there.
This face-off is a lot closer than the one before.
Absolutely. That is nose to nose. Well, I'll tell you, gone are the days of Dennis McCann offering Haribos to his opponent. Not a chance there. Haribos are in the bin. Brad Strand looked very, very stern as well. 2 unbeaten fighters, a lot of belts on the line, including the vacant British title. It's a brilliant fight at Super Bantamweight. And if you're in the Brad Strand camp, it's a vibrant gym right now. Of course, Nick Ball, who we spoke to earlier, it's a great time over there. They've got the McGrails, Andrew Kane, and Dennis McCann, of course, in a gym now with Josh Taylor and Liam Smith. And what did you make of the The little face of the little. It was nose to nose, Echo.
Yeah, it was nose to nose. I was thinking about fight psychology when they was both facing the crowd. Normally, the fighter that is one step ahead is the fighter that is more confident. And you saw McCann with his arms up in front of him, so you obviously know he means business.
Well, let's ask Brad Strand what he made of that. Brad, thank you for joining us. How are you? A nose to nose. Face-off.
I don't like being that close to men, you know, I'm not into it. They're all a bit mad, them face-offs, not for me. I'm going to be fighting them tomorrow regardless, aren't I? So.
What did he say to you?
Don't know, to be honest, he mumbles quite a lot. Half the time I don't even know what he's saying. But he just chats a lot, don't he, Dev? But all the talking stops tomorrow.
Can you gain anything out of that? Any kind of insight from now being, I don't know, I guess nose to nose with him yet again?
I felt like stepping back. I don't like being that close to people. It's a bit weird, isn't it? Doesn't really mean, to me anyway, like face-offs don't mean anything because you're going to be getting in the ring regardless. But nah, I can't gauge nothing, and I doubt he can gauge nothing either.
He looked in great shape. They both did, Echo.
Yeah, you both look in great shape.
The bare minimum what you can expect, isn't it?
What are you expecting now? I mean, this is it, right? This is the step up. This is the one that you've been crying out for. Dennis McCann has got all that hype around him. What are you going to do?
Just going to perform to the best I can and show everyone why I'm at this level, and I'm gonna push on past the levels and go on to bigger and better things than this.
Okay, best of luck to you. We're going to swap you out and bring in Dennis McCann.
Thanks, Dev.
Good to speak to you. Thank you for coming in and speaking to us, Bradley Strand. And I thought that Brad Strand was going to give the mic straight to Dennis. No, there was someone in between. Dennis.
Are you good?
How I do one as well? How are you? And you talked about how you're making weight easier than ever. Was that all okay?
Yes, the best of my weight. I'm very thirsty still. I'm hungry.
I've been told we've got one question with you. So very simply, that close, nose to nose. What did you say to him, and what did you feel up there?
I said, "You know who your boss is." He does, you know. It's going to be the best performance of me. I know he's a very strong, retained a lot of muscle. It's a bit. I've trained 2 times in 7 days. I've never done it my whole life. I've usually run myself to the ground, you know, done it all wrong. So, feeling very strong, prepared mentally, physically. That's it. I'm on top of the world at the moment.
Is this a demolition job?
I'm going to take him out. I promise you. Watch.
Best of luck to you.
Thank you, man. Thank you, champ.
Thank you, Dennis McCann. Back over.
As well, so I'm going to have all the belts he had.
Good man. Back over to Thomas Triber.
Ladies and gentlemen, we continue with 2 fighters competing tomorrow night in a scheduled 10-round contest, and it is an international super middleweight contest. Let's first welcome, coming to us from Berlin, Germany, bringing a professional record consisting of 27 wins, just 1 defeat, 1 draw, 15 wins coming by way of knockout. Please welcome the former WBA super middleweight champion of the world, Tyron Zeuge.
Well, here comes the former WBA World Super Middleweight Champion, Tyron Zeuge.
And now let's welcome from Derby, England. His professional record, 23 wins, just 1 defeat, 17 of his 23 wins coming by way of knockout. He is the former British Super Middleweight Champion, Zach Parker.
Zach Parker is looking to get back on the road towards a world title shot.
First to the scale, Tyron Zeuge.
Let's have a look at Tyron Zeuge. He's been in a kind of mischievous kind of mood all week. He was smiling and laughing on the stage just then. Let's see how he looks.
173.14 for Tyron Zeuge.
Well, this fight has been made at a catch weight. He encourages the the press here and the audience.
Now to the scale, Zach Parker.
Zach Parker looks in immaculate shape, as ever.
169.3 for Zach Parker.
Well, I'm curious about this face-off now. As I mentioned, Tyron Zeuge has been in a kind of mischievous mood all week. He wants to go for a beer with Zach Parker afterwards, which I guess is fine, but Zach Parker said, listen, he's just here for a party. That's how he's feeling about Tyron Zeuge.
Yeah. Well, he's got a smirk on his face as we speak.
But former world champion, I mean, at one stage he was really being looked at as a bit of a poster boy for German boxing, and there were good defences in there. He defended his belt against Paul Smith. Ultimately, he ran into Rocky Fielding, who stopped him in a bit of an upset. Fielding then went on to fight Canelo.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, these two competing tomorrow night in a scheduled 10-round international super middleweight contest.
He's got the Derby scarf there, Zach Parker. Of course, he was scheduled at one point to fight at Pride Park against Demetrius Andrade. Andrade pulled out, and Zach Parker has a little grab of Tyron Zeuge there. He just shakes his head there. I do wonder what was said between them. He's just grabbing at Zach Parker's, at Tyron Zeuge's belly. Tyron Zeuge makes a drinking gesture. He does want to have that pint after the fight. I don't know if Zach Parker's interested.
Our next two combatants competing tomorrow night in a scheduled 10-round heavyweight contest. First, we will welcome a native of Birmingham, now fighting out of Rotherham, Yorkshire, England. His professional record, 21 wins, 2 defeats, 12 wins. Coming by way of knockout, let's welcome Cash Ali.
Well, here is Cash Ali. He's been threatening a return of the Ali era.
And now let's welcome from Putney, London, England, a 2016 Olympic silver medalist with now a professional record of 15 wins, 2 defeats, 14 of his 15 wins coming by way of knockout. Here is the former British, European, and WBO interim heavyweight world champion, Joe the Juggernaut Joyce.
Well, enter the Juggernaut, former Olympic silver medalist. Very, very important fight.
First, we welcome to the scale Cash Ali.
Against Cash Ali here.
$238.1 for Cash Ali.
That is a good weight for Cash Ali. He was 235 when he became
now to the scale,
European
Joe
champion.
Joyce.
It was 253 last time out, Cash Ali. Let's have a look at Joe Joyce.
286.8 for Joe the Juggernaut Joyce.
Well, that is a career heavy for Joe Joyce for the Juggernaut, 286. He came in there. In the Zhang rematch, he was a career heavy in the Zhang rematch where he was 281. And Cash Ali did kind of infer yesterday that he felt Joe Joyce was bigger than usual. They talked about Christmas dinners. Let's see what sort of effect that has.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, these two competing tomorrow night in a scheduled 10-round heavyweight contest.
Cash Ali is talking to him. I don't think that this security team will be able to pull these two apart if they do kick off. They haven't kicked off. Cash Ali says a few things and walks away, but the Juggernaut looks ready.
Joe doesn't look phased.
No. What phases Joe Joyce, though, honestly? I'm not sure that there is much that could phase Joe Joyce. But
our next two combatants to the scale competing tomorrow night in a scheduled 12-round contest. It will be for the vacant IBO Super Bantamweight World Championship. First to the scale, let's welcome from Ensenada, Baja, California, Mexico. He brings a professional record of 15 wins, just 1 defeat, 9 of his 15 wins coming by way of knockout. He is the former IBO Super Bantamweight World Champion. Let's welcome Eric Tenible Robles Ayala.
just when you hear Eric Terrible, it almost sounds like Morales is going to get announced.
From Telford, Shropshire, England, undefeated with 15 wins, 7 of his 15 wins coming by way of knockout. He is the current British WBC International, WBO International, and EBU European Super Bantamweight Champion, Liam Dangerous Davies.
Fantastic Standing ovation here for the unbeaten European champion Liam Davies.
First to the scale, Eric Robles Ayala.
You can see the IBO world title there. That will be on the line. A title that Eric Robles has held.
121.2 for Eric Terrible Robles Ayala. Now to the scale, Liam Davies.
Let's have a look at Liam Davies. He's been meticulous as ever in his preparation.
121.11 for Liam Dangerous Davies.
He's a very tall super bantamweight. I saw a photo go around of him and Nathaniel Collins, who's a featherweight, and he was towering over Nathaniel Collins. He's a very big man for the weight, Echo.
Yeah, he is. It always comes to help come fight night.
Well, that IBO title will be on the line. Eric Robles has happy memories of coming to the UK. The last time he was here in the UK, he took the unbeaten record of Lee McGregor. He's taken plenty of unbeaten
Once again,
records
ladies
in
and
his
gentlemen,
career.
these two competing tomorrow night in a scheduled 12-round contest for the vacant IBO Super Bantamweight World Championship.
Liam Davies says, I know he's Mexican and he's hungry, but I'm British and I'm hungrier. He fancies this. This is a hungry Liam Davies and the step-up moment in his career. IBO world title. They end things with a handshake there. Plenty of respect, it looks like, between Eric Robles and Ayala.
Look like it, but I don't think that respect will be there come tomorrow night.
Well, here's a man that we have the utmost respect for, Mr. Joe Joyce. How are you?
Good, yep. Yeah, good.
Career heavy. Talk to me about your weight, because he was talking about your Christmas dinner yesterday.
Yeah, I'm also wearing jeans, so maybe that was it. But yeah, no, I haven't been worrying about my weight. I feel good. I'm in shape, and my abs are showing, so it's good weight. Like muscle makes more than fat, so feel good, in a good place. Had a good camp, so ready to fight now. Fighting fit.
What did your man Cash Ali say up there to you? Because he said a few things and then he sort of walked away. What did he say?
Yeah, he was going on about I was going to get my chin checked or something, and he was going to end my career and whatnot. So take with that with what you will. We'll see fight night tomorrow. It's ever approaching.
I did say to Dev, you did look unfazed, so
Yeah.
whatever you said didn't faze you too much.
Look at this face. This is an unfazed face.
Does my face look bothered?
unfazed face?
Do you have to perform tomorrow night? Is this one of those where you need to make a statement?
Yeah, I have to perform, yeah. He's a decent enough fighter, so I need to be careful. It's an opportunity for him, and I remember sparring him. He was decent, so it's going to be a good fight, exciting fight, heavyweight fight, and going to knock him out.
Time to show the world the juggernaut's back.
Exactly.
What kind of a knockout are we expecting?
One with either hand, one of my hands, my arms, with my knuckles. Like.
A vicious Joe Joyce prediction. Thank you so much, Joe. We're going to swap you out and bring in Liam Davies.
Okay, thank you. Pleasure talking with you guys.
Well done.
Yeah, nice
well
one.
done. All right. Okay. Liam Davies.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm good, thanks, bro.
How are you?
Very well, yeah.
How was that? That was in terms of the kind of face-off, and that seemed very respectful. He's a good fighter. Respects you. You respect him. Talk to me.
Yeah, I don't think it needs to always be chaos, does it? We're both going to get in there tomorrow and try and take each other's heads off. That's for sure. So a bit of respect shown now. None tomorrow, and a lot more after we shared the ring.
Can you gain anything from being that close to him now? That's the first time you will have faced off with him, looking like that. Can you gain anything from that?
No, not really. He's not much smaller, which I prefer when they're too small, punching down all the time. So yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy with my preparation. Looking forward to tomorrow, and it's my time, man. Nothing's going to stop me.
Hungry fighter here, isn't he?
Yeah, I did notice you look calm, poised, ready, so it's always a good sign.
Yeah, you got to be, ain't you? This is the fun part now. All the hard work's done, and I just look forward to tomorrow evening.
Just give us one final thing. Why should everyone be excited about your fight? Why should they tune in, Liam?
because as you know, I always come with bad intentions, always do the business. I'm Britain's next world champion and maybe next superstar, so tune in and I'm sure you won't be disappointed.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Nice one.
Cheers.
Liam Davies, IBO world title.
In a scheduled 12-round contest, it will be for the British and WBA Continental Middleweight Championships. First, we will welcome the challenger from Newquay, Cornwall, England. His professional record, 18 wins, just 1 defeat, 10 wins, coming by way of knockout. He is the current English middleweight champion. Let's welcome Brad, the Newquay Bomber, Pauls.
Well, here is the English champion, Brad Pauls.
And now let's welcome the defending champion from Stoke-on-Trent, Staffordshire, England. Undefeated with 18 wins, 6 wins, coming by way of knockout. Here is the reigning and defending British and WBA Continental Middleweight Champion, Nathan Hitman Heaney.
Well, a big ovation here for Nathan the Hitman Heaney. He's done 2,000 tickets.
First to the scale,
night.
Brad Pauls.
Sounded like maybe half of them were here already. Let's have a look at Brad Pauls on the scales.
159.11 for Brad, the Newquay Bomber, Pauls.
Of course, makes the middleweight limit.
Now to the scale, Nathan Heaney. 159.5 for Nathan Hitman Heaney.
Well, both fighters make weight. We have a fight. British Middleweight Championship will be on the line. WBA Continental title on the line as well. Nathan Heaney, unbeaten, takes on Brad Pauls, who's only lost 1 time to the European champion Tyler Denny. Says he learned a lot from that experience, and he badly wants the belt that Nathan Heaney has. So many fighters dream about that British middleweight title. The British title alone, Echo, we talked about it. It's an important belt.
Yeah, it's an amazing
This
belt.
our main event tomorrow night. 12 rounds scheduled for the British and WBA Continental Middleweight Championships.
Well, they've been perfect gentlemen in the build-up to this fight. Not expecting any needle in this face-off, but it is a stern one, Echo.
It definitely is.
And they get the handshake.
Very respectful.
It is respectful. Look, yeah. They're 2 of the nicest guys in boxing, really, Nathan Heaney and Brad Pauls, but serious fighters, serious stakes. It's a proper fight, this one, Echo.
Yeah, definitely. The British title is, for some boxers, it's like their world title fight, so it's always a big fight in a British title fight.
And it's like, yeah, it's what you say there. For so many, it's like the Everest, right? Yeah. And you hear Brad Pauls talk this week about how it's the belt that he's dreamed of. He's talked about hearing that moment and the new for the British title. The moments that Nathan Heaney had, the moments that Nathan Heaney dreamed of. Brad Pauls is kind of who Nathan Heaney was.
Yeah, inspired, and that always gives a good account for the performance that you're going to see. But Heaney defending it for the first time will be inspired as well, so it's going to be a cracker of a fight.
Can you remember that moment when you heard and the new and you got that British title?
Just like the both of them, I had dreamt of that moment. I had meditated that moment. It was all that I was thinking about. So we're going to get a good fight.
Well, let's bring in the Hitman.
How you doing? You good?
How are you, sir? You all right? You look good. Look at that. Goodness me. Feel good? Everything?
Yeah, great meeting. Yeah, made weight really well there. So yeah, happy. Yeah, it's just ready for tomorrow night now.
2 very, very respectful guys. We talked about that. You're a nice guy. He's a nice guy, but bad intentions when the first bell rings.
Like I said before, it's totally different. Once you get in there in the fights, it's a totally different thing. Two split personalities. Yeah, so we just got to do the job tomorrow. That's it. That's basically it.
Echo, you talked about how sometimes when you face off with a fighter for the final time, you quite look forward to that. You enjoy that. What did you make of their face-off?
It was quite very respectful. Both stern, very respectful at the end, and just like you said, with you're a fighter that can show humility, so it doesn't really matter in the face-off, and it doesn't need to be stern. Yeah. You've got that Jekyll and Hyde kind of personality where you might be nice at the weigh-in, or you might be nice in general, but when you get in there, it's different ball game.
Yeah, punches for me. It's a bit different, you know what I mean? But it's not, you can't take anything from them kind of things. So, I mean, all you do is you're trying your best not to blink. Oh my God, my eyes, they are stinging. But other than that, mate, it's just one of them. But like, listen, all the work, all the rubbish this is, the work's been done over the last few weeks and months in preparation, all the sparring, all the training, all the pads with Steve, everything. And now it's done. So we just go tomorrow, over 2,000 Stokies, pretty much a sold out arena. And I can't wait.
This is the most tickets that you've done, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah. So the atmosphere is going to be electric. It's going to be phenomenal in there, and thanks to my sponsors as well. You're all in here, like to me. So
get them all in.
Yeah, get them all in.
What do you think's going to be going through his mind when he hears Delilah?
I haven't got a clue, mate. But it is very intimidating. I don't care who you are. So he'll just be thinking, I can take this. But it's different. So when you're getting your face smashed in the place erupting. Yeah, it's one of them. It's the fight game, mate. We're all fighters. He'll be sound, to be honest, but it's going to be great.
I heard that you deliver all your tickets yourself.
Yeah.
Sometimes you have a cup of tea with everyone.
Yeah, well, mate, if I did that, mate, I wouldn't even make the fight to be that long. But no, it's that is something I've done from the start of my career, and I'll always do unless we did 20,000 at Stoke. So I mean, then it'd be too hard. But yeah, it's something I enjoy doing.
But he is hungry, right? You can see that in his eyes. You can see that with everything that he's saying. He wants that belt. Yeah. He wants to make history for Cornwall as well. When you were seeing him up there, is it almost like looking in a mirror as to the guy that you were? Or?
Mate, we all want to win. No one wants to lose. Regardless of what the prize is or the title or whatever it is, no one wants to lose. So they're all hungry. Just like I don't want to lose. But what's he facing when he's looking at me? He's facing the British champ. Like, at the end of the day, that makes no difference regardless. She's still the fighter and you got to perform on the night. But yeah, like I say, that makes no difference up there whatsoever.
With you having that win over Denzel Bentley, do you feel like a completely new kind of fighter? Have you gained so much in confidence?
No, I just said to Steve before the fight, because he said Steve didn't think the fight would be close at all. Like, he genuinely didn't, and I had to just believe him and just do what he said. But when I said, but once I show everything, I said, it's out the bag then. They know what I can do. And he said, well, yeah, but you just got to keep doing it with everyone, aren't you? So that's what I've got to do, essentially. So it's applying yourself to each individual person. Brad's a completely different fighter to Denzel Bentley, and he can punch, but let's not make no mistakes. Denzel Bentley's probably one of the hardest punches in the middleweight division. So, like, I've been there before. You just don't get caught with shots. That's, yeah.
Easier said than done, though, right?
Yeah, easy said. It's easy said than done. But I'll try my best.
Just while we've got you, just a couple more. What other fight are you looking forward to? You're last on,
for me, I want to see the Owen Cooper versus Ethan James. I think that's a great fight. I think Owen Cooper's done really, really well coming through, just like Ethan James has, and that's a fight I'm really looking forward to. But that's earlier on the card, but that's the one I'm personally really looking forward to.
And that's in your weight division as well.
Yeah,
it's a good one.
I think it'll be a good match, as I said to you before. Yeah.
But Echoes, although those lads are very, very good, Echoes, right? They've got a few more stages to go through before they're on Echoes level. But yeah, it's interesting for us to watch.
Finally, first bell rings tomorrow night.
Yeah.
Nathan Heaney, Brad Pauls. Talk to me.
It'd be very silly to say what's going to happen on the like, who knows what's going to happen, mate? Like, he's going to have a little game plan, and I've just got my attributes I'm going to work towards, and we'll just see what happens. Like, he might run, he might come straight at me, and if that's the case, I've got certain things to do. He might stay back, and then if that's the case, then we do whatever we need to do. But there's too many dynamics in the fight. You don't know how they're going to fight. Denzel Bentley didn't think I was going to fight the way I boxed last time. I don't think anyone did, to be honest. But that doesn't mean I'm going to box like that this time. I've boxed my whole career going forward and pressing people. So who knows? Who knows?
Full of surprises. Best of luck to you,
Thank
Nathan.
you very much, mate.
Thank you for everything this week. You've been great this week. So been great to speak to. Let's bring in a giant heavyweight, Mr. Sol Dacres, Big Sol.
How you doing? Man, you good? Yeah.
How are you?
I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm in the gym ticking away. You know, getting to work. Unfortunately, not boxing on the card like I originally was, but yeah, just getting to work.
So when are we going to see you next?
You tell me, man. You tell me. You got the inside knowledge, haven't you?
I can't. But what do you want?
I'm hearing April the 20th is the date. So April 20th is what I'm looking for, and I'm hearing the show in London. So that's what I'm hearing so far.
Is there any heavyweights out there with targets on their back that Big Sol wants to deal with?
Well, we already know what we were supposed to fight David Adelaide. It was going to be this Saturday. I was originally on the first press conference. Said I was going to be fighting Adelaide. Didn't materialise. Everything on my part was ready to go, but I'm hearing that they need more time. They've got the more time, so hopefully that it should be him in the ring in April. Hopefully.
Fingers crossed. Talk to me a little bit about the show. I know you're no longer on it, but it's still a good show. So come on.
It's still a good show. It's a very good show. Like Joyce coming back in. Seeing how he's going to react to his previous defeat, which I think he should come back strong from it. And like this Magnificent 7 cards are all title fights. So you've got all fights that are on the line where it can go either way. You know what I mean? So it's going to be a good show and a good card.
That was one that you're looking forward to as well, Echo. The return of the Juggernaut, and we've seen him as well. It's a big moment for him.
Yeah, it definitely is a big moment. The resurgence coming back after those 2 losses. See which Joyce we get. Look forward to it.
What did you make of Big Juggernaut coming in at a career heavy?
Career heavy, was it? Well, he's a big juggernaut, isn't he? So I don't think it matters. He's just going to be the juggernaut, isn't he? So you can't say if it's either going to hinder or benefit him. I think it'll probably benefit him in this case. He'll keep coming forward. He's never shown any stamina problems, Joe, has he? So he's going to be strong. He's going to be, I was sparring him the last couple of weeks, doing 8 rounds or so, and he's not slowing up in those rounds. So I think the weight factor potentially could only benefit him.
Well, that's a big kind of statement there, because you've sparred him at different stages in his career as well. So you have that inside track. Mm-hmm. You know what the Juggernaut was like a couple of years ago. You know what he's like now, and you think it's the same guy.
Yeah, I think for him it's just getting in the ring and seeing how he reacts. Because sparring, you can come back into sparring, you can still look good in sparring. When you get in there, that's how you're going to see how you are mentally affected when you get in there with small gloves. But I think he's been boxing a long time. He's very experienced, Joe. He's not really going to be phased by anything. Even that defeat to Zhang, I don't think he was really phased. He was one of them. He said that's what happens in boxing, and I think he's going to get back in there and just, he's still going to be all full steam, all steam ahead.
Have you moved about with Cash Ali at all?
Yeah, funny thing is I've been sparring both of them for this fight because I was supposed to fight on the card. So I was sparring Cash a few weeks ago, and then I was sparring Joe a couple of weeks ago as well. So, I did a few with both of them. I won't say anything about sparring, tune in and see how it goes. But, the sparring was good.
We've heard comments from some within boxing, guys like Andy Lee saying Cash Ali is a proper fight for Joe Joyce. It's not just a comeback fight. He's a real fighter. So you've been sparring him. You have a bit of inside knowledge there. I mean, what do you rate him?
Yeah, I've sparred Cash for, over the last couple of years since I turned pro. I've been sparring Cash. He comes down to our gym quite regular. We get the sparring in. He's someone that's he's gonna go for it. He's gonna give it his all, I think, and I think he's gonna believe it. He believes he can win the fight in his own head. He believes he can win, which sometimes is a big thing for a person in that ring.
And how nice is it to have boxing back in Birmingham, huh?
Yeah, it's great. Just obviously more disappointing that I can't get on the card again, but hopefully we've got the shows on and they keep coming round, and there's going to be plenty more opportunities. Hopefully, good show on Saturday, and they can show Frank. The Birmingham people will come out. Obviously, I would have had a few more tickets coming down as well, but it's great to get it back and hopefully keep coming so I can get on the next one.
Okay, we look forward to it, Sol. We're going to let you go. Drop your mic. Echo, I'll keep you for your kind of final echo. Please come in. Give us your final echo now. We are hours away from this show tomorrow night. We've seen all the fighters now come face to face. Pretty respectful face-offs, apart from maybe Dennis McCann and Brad Strand that had a little bit of something about it. How are you feeling about this show tomorrow night?
I feel it's going to be an extravaganza of a show. I mean, yeah, there was a bit of respect in some of the face-offs and handshakes, but as some of the fighters mentioned before, that goes all to the side when it comes to the actual match. And I've got to say about Heeney, after being on the scales, obviously he's worked hard to make the weight. He's come and he's stayed and he's talked and we probably would have had to push him away if anything. That's how you can tell he made weight right. Yeah, he's not rushed enough to go.
Very good point.
Yeah, but as for the show, it's going to be so amazing. I'm looking forward to it myself. There's so many. It is a magnificent 7 because there's so many matches where you think, oh yeah, that one, that's a good match, and you think, oh no, but the next one's a good match as well. So, I mean, we're all in for it, aren't we?
We are all in for it. Echo, thank you very much. I'll see you at 5:30 tomorrow because we're going to be commentating on Ezra Taylor's fight. Thank you for joining. Let's do a little fist bump as I leave you. And thank you for joining us here today for the weigh-in. We are now just hours away from the Magnificent 7 ride again. So many brilliant, compelling fights. It's all live. Queensberry YouTube from 5:30. Me and Echo are going to be going through the Ezra Taylor fight, and then 6:30 on TNT Sports. 7 absolute belters in Birmingham. Do not miss it.